Hey, Blake. It is 2 in the morning. Hopefully this does not wake you up. Whew. Wow, there's so much I want to say to you.
Voicemail just exposed Hollywood's scenes feud. Baldoni and Blake Lively are the anticipated film adaptation of It Ends With Us. 2 a.m. voice message has just allegedly revealing bald apology to...
I want to start with an apology. Man, reading the second part of your message, my heart sank.
But what really happened on set, and how did it spiral into a spectacle involving Ryan Reynolds and Swift?
And I'm really sorry. I for sure fell short, and you worked really hard on that.
Stay tuned, because we're breaking it all down.
And the way you framed it, and how that made you feel, I just want to say thank you for sharing that with me.
At first, casting of Justin Baldoni seemed like a dream. Hollywood's most beloved teaming up with Baldoni also directs the adaptation of Colleen Hoover's bestseller.
That takes a lot of trust and vulnerability, and I feel really grateful that you feel safe enough to tell me that that's how you feel and share that with me. And I'm really sorry. I fucked up. That is a fail on my part. One thing you should know about me is I will admit and apologize when I fail. I am far from perfect. I am a very flawed man, as my wife will attest.
But behind the scenes weren't so picture close to the production. Revealed that creative tensions escalated a key rooftop scene, one that Lively reportedly felt needed significant revision to capture the story. And she did voice her concerns. She took action. With the help of her and Ryan Reynolds and longtime friend Taylor, Lively crafted her own, proposing changes to make it more impactful. But while she saw this as a collaborative effort, Baldoni saw it differently.
And I'm gonna fuck up. I'm gonna say the wrong thing. I'm gonna put my foot in my mouth. I'm gonna piss you off, probably, but I will always apologize and find my way back to center. That is one thing I can assure you of. And
Blake Lively is no stranger, having previously influenced projects she starred in, from costume design to... So when she signed on for it, I wasn't just there to act. She wanted to ensure the film delivered an authentic and emotionally resonant experience for the audience. Once became a major sticking point, the rooftop confrontation in the story. Lively reportedly felt that the original version emotional necessary to fully capture the depth of Lily Bloom's journey. She outside perspectives, including her husband, Ryan Reynolds, who has a mented knack for sharp dialogue, and none other than Taylor Swift, whose lyricals often die heartbreak and resilience.
I'm sorry I made you feel that way. That must have felt terrible. And I will for sure do better. That was not my best weekend, and I should have given it more time.
For Lively, these weren't just casual suggestions. They were a serious effort to refine the script something unforgettable.
And damn right, you got great friends if that's how you felt and they knew that, and fuck, we should all have friends like that.
But Justin Baldoni, acting and directing duties, had a stance. He believed the script, as originally written, already and didn't require major overhauls. He reportedly resisted immediate changes, arguing that too many influences could dilute the film's original.
Aside from the fact that they're two of the most creative people on the planet, the three of you guys together is unbelievable. Talk about energy and just to force all three of you.
This disagreement created an undeniable on set, as both Lively and Baldoni stood firm in their positions. But things took a turn when the conflict spilled beyond the set. Event AM message. Tensions that had been simmering behind the scenes reached a break during a crucial pre-production meeting.
But I just wanted you to know that I didn't need that, because it's really good, and it's gonna make the movie sing like you said, and I'm excited to go through the whole movie with you.
Lively, confident in her vision for the film, came script in hand, notes meticulously crafted, and backed by insights from Ryan Reynolds and Taylor. She believed that her proposed revisions would elevate the emotional weight, powerful and passion. Lively presented her changes, hoping for a serious conversation about their intent.
I'm just excited to spend time with you. I'm excited to be in your sphere and your presence, and for us to share creative juices together, although that sounds terrible.
But instead of enthusiasm or collaboration, she was met with something completely different. Hesitation, resistance, to source as outright dismissal. Justin, already balancing his duties as both lead actor and director, was reportedly caught off guard by the extent of changes. While he had anticipations, the scope of Lively's revisions, especially ones influenced by outside voices, seemed to emphasizing that the script would be strong and that too many last-minute rewrites could compromise. But for Lively, this wasn't just about it was respect and creative integrity. She felt her input, film's leading actress, given the serious consideration it deserved. Sources say shifted. What started as a professional discussion turned into when it became clear that Baldoni wasn't going to immediately approve her choice, Lively left the meeting frustrated, upset, and feared. Little did they know, the beginning of what would soon become a mercy voicemail, a public leak, and a storm of Hollywood speculation. As the dust settled, it became clear that the conflict wasn't over. Blake Lively's frustration had left a mark, and Justin Baldoni, out of reflection, guilt, couldn't shake the feeling that he had mishandled the situation. In the early hours of the morning, Baldoni did something unexpected. He picked up his phone and recorded a nearly 7-minute-long voice message for Lively, and entered heartfelt apology that would soon become the most talked-about aspect of their behind-the-scenes dispute. In the voicemail, Baldoni acknowledged he admitted that, in the heat of the moment, he failed to fully appreciate Lively's emotions and had unintentionally dismissed. He emphasized that her persona as an actress, but as someone deeply invested could be. Baldoni didn't just apologize. He owned up to his shortcomings. He openly admitted that he was still learning how to navigate collaborative creative relationships, especially in a high-stakes production like this one. Baldoni's director and actor had made him really protective of his vision, but in doing so, overlooked valuable insights from his. In a surprising, Baldoni even praised Ryan Reynolds and Taylor Swift, calling them two of the most creative minds in the. His contributions should have been taken seriously from the start, rather than brushed aside in the moment. The tone was sincere, reflective, but while the voicemail might have been meant as a private olive branch, Hollywood doesn't do private, especially when tensions are already running. Somehow, the message and suddenly, private apology turned into a full-blown industry spectacle. What started as a battle over created into something far more personal. Behind the scenes, with Blake Lively's legal team stepping in to address specific incidents that reportedly left her feeling uncomfortable. According to sources close to the situation, tensions went beyond script disagreements. Lively's team raised concerns about moments where Baldoni's behavior made her uneasy, including an incident in her trailer that, while not explicitly detailed, was serious enough to warrant legal intervention. What exactly happened? That remains unclear, but insiders claim that Lively felt the need to set firm boundaries regarding her working. For his part, Baldoni strongly denied any inappropriate intent. He insisted that any misunderstanding was purely unintentional, and that he had nothing but respect for Lively as both an actress and a collaborator. But despite his reassurances, Lively sought further clarity, pushing for formal guidelines to ensure a clear distinction between personal and professional interactions moving forward. At this point, things became a full-on legal standoff. Baldoni's attorney pushed for total transparency, even offering to release all communications between the two to prove there was no wrongdoing. But Lively's side immediately opposed this, arguing that selective leaks could be used to manipulate the narrative, cherry-picking messages that downplayed the real concerns. With both legal teams now deeply involved, what started as a creative disagreement had turned into a reputational battle, one that neither side could afford to lose. And with the public hungry for answers, the controversy was about to spill into the court of public opinion. When the leaked apology voicemail hit the internet, it sparked a wildfire of opinions and debates, from passionate fans to seasoned Hollywood insiders. The controversy had officially moved from the set of It Ends With Us to the front page of entertainment news, leaving the industry divided over who was in the right. Support for Blake Lively quickly surged online, with many framing the issue as a larger commentary on gender dynamics in Hollywood. For these supporters, Lively's insistence on script changes wasn't just about one scene, it was about challenging the status quo. In an industry where male directors often dominate the creative process, Lively's determination to assert her vision was seen as a bold stand for female empowerment. Social media buzzed with praise for her commitment to the character and her refusal to be sidelined. "Blake deserves to be heard," one tweet proclaimed, while another called it a classic example of a female lead being overshadowed by her male counterpart. On the other hand, support for Justin Baldoni was equally vocal. Many admired his willingness to take responsibility, pointing to the voicemail as evidence of his genuine remorse and commitment to improving. "How many directors would leave a 7-minute apology?" one Instagram comment read. Others felt that the entire ordeal was nothing more than a typical creative disagreement that had been unnecessarily sensationalized. For them, Baldoni's dual role as actor and director made creative clashes inevitable, and they praised him for trying to mend fences rather than letting the conflict fester. Industry insiders chimed in, some noting that creative disputes are par for the course in filmmaking, while others highlighted the unique challenges of adapting a beloved book where emotional nuance is crucial. Some Hollywood veterans even pointed out that the real villain was the person who leaked the voicemail, turning a private matter into a public spectacle for the world to dissect. As the drama played out in the media, the question remained, was this a tale of a male director overpowering a female lead, or just a case of artistic passion colliding? One thing was clear, everyone had an opinion, and this controversy was far from over. Beyond the headlines and viral debates, the fallout between Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively has become a reflection of Hollywood's evolving culture, one where power dynamics, creative control, and professional accountability are being re-examined in real time. One of the biggest takeaways from this controversy is Baldoni's willingness to apologize. Whether people see him as in the right or wrong, the fact that he recorded a late-night voice message, admitted his missteps, and acknowledged the value of outside contributions is a sign of a shifting industry landscape. In the past, directors and studio heads often dug in their heels, refusing to acknowledge conflicts or compromise. But Baldoni's response, though private at first, aligned with Hollywood's growing emphasis on open dialogue and accountability. Meanwhile, Lively's determination to stand her ground is just as significant. Her insistence on script revisions and involvement in the creative process underscores a larger movement for women in Hollywood, one where actresses are no longer just the faces of a project but key decision-makers shaping its direction. For decades, female leads have voiced frustrations about being overlooked or sidelined in the creative process, but Lively's approach sends a clear message. Actresses are no longer just performers, they're storytellers, and their voices matter. At its core, this entire situation is a case study in high-profile collaboration, how even the most well-intentioned partnerships can become power struggles if clear communication isn't established from the start. When creative vision, personal influence, and external voices all collide, the stakes become even higher. Without a strong foundation of trust and transparency, even the most promising projects can become battlegrounds. As Hollywood continues to evolve, this controversy may leave a lasting impact, forcing productions to redefine professional boundaries, rethink how creative disagreements are handled, and consider the growing influence of public perception in shaping industry dynamics. Despite the behind-the-scenes drama, both Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni remain committed to finishing It Ends With Us. While tensions ran high, sources close to the production confirmed that neither actor is walking away from the project. Instead, the focus has now shifted to finding a middle ground, one that allows both Lively's creative instincts and Baldoni's directorial vision to coexist. One major development: Lively's script changes may actually make it into the final cut. While Baldoni was initially resistant to major revisions, the backlash surrounding their creative clash, especially after his leaked apology, seems to have softened his stance. Insiders suggest that a compromise is in the works, where elements of Lively's proposed changes will be integrated into the film without completely overhauling Baldoni's direction. If true, this could mark a rare moment in Hollywood where a high-profile dispute leads to actual creative evolution, rather than just damage control. But now, all eyes are on the final product. Will these behind-the-scenes tensions ultimately strengthen the film, or leave it feeling disjointed? Fans and industry watchers alike are waiting to see if this rocky collaboration produces a more emotionally impactful movie, or if the tension will bleed into the final product. One thing is certain, the stakes are higher than ever. With the controversy fueling even more attention on the film, It Ends With Us will now be scrutinized not just for its storytelling, but for how well it reflects the creative tug-of-war that played out behind the scenes. For Baldoni and Lively, the way they navigate this moving forward could define not just this film, but their reputations in Hollywood. Will this experience serve as a lesson in collaboration, or become a cautionary tale for future productions? Either way, the industry and the fans are watching. This entire situation has been more than just a behind-the-scenes feud. It's a glimpse into the complex and often messy reality of creative collaborations. When strong personalities, artistic visions, and high-stakes projects collide, tensions are inevitable. But how those tensions are handled can make all the difference. The controversy between Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively goes beyond just It Ends With Us. It's part of a much bigger conversation about Hollywood's power dynamics, who gets a voice, whose creative input is valued, and how conflicts should be resolved professionally and ethically. The industry has long been dominated by directors and studio executives making the final call, often at the expense of actors, particularly women, who want to shape the projects they help bring to life. Lively's unwavering stance and Baldoni's willingness to reflect may set a precedent for future collaborations, forcing productions to rethink how creative disputes are navigated. In the end, this controversy may become a turning point. If It Ends With Us manages to strike the right balance between Baldoni's directorial vision and Lively's contributions, it could prove that compromise and collaboration lead to stronger storytelling. Or, if the tension behind the scenes lingers, it might serve as a cautionary tale of what happens when communication and trust break down on a major film set. But what do you think? Should actors have more say in shaping the scripts they bring to life, or should directors have the final word? And do you believe this behind-the-scenes drama will impact the final film? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the latest updates on this and other Hollywood controversies.